These are the two nukes that we made up yesterday on the farm and that we brought them back home today. And the one key job today is to find the capped larvae that we've got in the hive, and we're going to then scrape the tops off the cappings off the larvae to allow us then to oxalic treat the hive later on this evening when all the hives are back in. That will ensure then that these hives will be completely varroa free. So now we're just going to look through the hive and see if we can find, or what we will find is some capped. So that's our nice pollen frame. So here we are. We have the capped brood on this particular frame. And there's one other frame in with capped brood as well.
So we need to check that the queen is not on this frame before we shake all the bees off, and then we can uncap all the brood.
So here we are, just uncapping each one of the capped brood. Once we've uncapped all the brood, we're now going to put an extra box on to give them plenty of space, but also we're going to include one more frame of honey and a little bit of pollen just to give them a jolly good start. So we're going to put that box on top. And now she can build upwards if she wants to as well. And there. Put the lid back on. And then this evening we will be able to oxalic both of these nucleus colonies. That will definitely ensure that they are varroa free. What we need is just one spoon, because we're doing two halves this time, and that is quite sufficient. Dip that into the Verox, and now we need to just put the applicator into the hive. And now once it's in the hive, we can connect it up to the battery. And this has to be exactly timed, just for 2.5 minutes. So here we go, we're on now for 2.5 minutes. And during that time, it'll heat up extremely hot and will vapourize the oxalic acid in the hive, and that smoke will then go through the whole of that hive and enter every single cell, and if there are varroa in there, it will eventually kill the varroa off.
The bees are making a lot of noise now as the oxalic acid is beginning to vapourize. We then leave this hive for 2 further minutes before we take out the hot pan, and then leave them blocked in for another further 10 minutes to allow the oxalic acid vapour to form droplets everywhere inside the hive. Time, just in case we get a few irate bees coming to the entrance when we take the hot droplets. We're just cooling it down before we can put the next lot of oxalic acid in.
So finally we've left it for the length of time we need to, and we can now remove the sponge from underneath, and then very lastly we can take the sponges from the entrance. They might come out, or there might be a few of them come out, because they'll be a bit upset as to what's gone on. And there we have it, we've oxaliced, and they're now varroa free.